Hi everyone, it's Daniel here. Today I'll be reviewing Phil Collins' fourth solo album, which is But Seriously, or ... but seriously. What's the handwriting on his albums? He did that on, I think, all of his solo albums except, well, he never did it, except for the Genesis albums, which of course featured Phil Collins, but yeah, he never did that sort of stuff on the Genesis albums. He usually did this sort of like handwriting on his solo albums only, which is fair enough. And the album covers quite dark, and Phil's doing his like expressions, which that's just what he wanted to do on his albums. He's done it on every album. Gave the camera no personal space, and it's just his job. But anyhow, still some great music on this album. When it came out, it was commercially successful, but critics were like, too many ballads, too much of a shallow album, but I love it. The CD version contains 2 bonus tracks, which are Heat on the Street, which is a great song, and the instrumental Saturday Night and Sunday Morning, so it's basically just an extra 5 minutes long, which they couldn't fit on the vinyl, but oh well. It's on the new releases, so yeah. So that's good for you vinyl collectors out there. Anyhow, it's the front, it's the spine, same handwriting, and it's the back. So this album contains 12 songs. The album's about an hour long. I listened to it yesterday and today. I listened to it today because I wanted to do this review, so yeah. We have the first track, which is, we have the opening track to the album, which is Hanging Long Enough, which is a great album opener. We've got the Phoenix Horns, we've got some great guitar playing. We have 2 guitarists on this album, Daryl Sturman and Dominic Miller, which both do a really good job on this album. Hanging Long Enough, great album opener. We've had some crazy album openers in the past, so we've had In the Air Tonight and I Don't Care Anymore, which are more like dark songs, and then we've got Susudio from No Jacket Required, which is a very upbeat track. Hanging Long Enough is a mix of both, yeah, I really like that song. So great album opener. And then we have That's Just the Way It Is, which was about the attacks that are happening in Ireland and stuff. And we've got David Crosby on backing vocals, which is great. He sadly passed away last year, but you've probably heard of David Crosby. His singing on this album was really good, and Phil Collins ended up performing on one of his albums too. So really good song, really like it. This album, there's still drum machines and stuff. The gated reverb drums are definitely hearable in some of these songs, and next track we have is Do You Remember, which is probably my favourite ballad. Really nice song, love that one. Just got great guitar, great keyboards, quite a slow ballad, and the ballads on this album, you've either got a really intense ballad or you've got a really slow, chilled, shallow one. It just depends which track you listen to be fair. But anyhow, we have the next track, which is Something Happened on the Way to Heaven, which is probably the best single off the album. Love it. We've got Nathan East on bass. Even though Leland Sklar's in the video, which the music video contains a dog in it, and it's quite a nice music video. Got some comedy in it. Just very iconic. I love this song. One of the first Phil Collins songs I got into, and just a great song. It's very upbeat, and it's a nice pop rock track, and definitely fits this album really well in my opinion. Next track we have is Colours, which starts off as a shallow song with just Phil on vocals and keyboards, and then just a single keyboard, and then the second half is quite upbeat with some guitars, and just the Phoenix Horns come in. It's just a really nice song. It's about 8 minutes long, but it's definitely worth listening to. Next track we have is I Wish It Would Rain Down, featuring Eric Clapton on guitar and Pino Palladino on bass. Really good song, I like it, and there's also a choir, just a really nice song. So there's 3 bass players on this album: Pino Palladino, He's great. He's played with Paul Young and various other musicians. Leland Sklar, which obviously he's been playing with Phil Collins for quite a while now. And then who's the other bass player on this album? I can't remember. Nathan East, yeah. Great session player. He played on Easy Lover. And yeah, I think he's a great bass player. All of them are great. Just as good as each other, yeah. Can't pick a favourite. Next track we have is, of course, Phil Collins' most famous hit off this album, Another Name Paradise, which is a great song. I love it. Caused some controversy though. People were like, oh, he's singing about the homeless people, but he's not doing anything. I'm like, don't go too deep into this song. God. But yeah, the guitar riff's really nice. You know, the guitars are beautiful. The keyboards are really nice, and then you've got the gated reverb drums halfway through. It's just a great song. Leland Sklar plays on this song as well. We've got David Crosby on backing vocals again. And yeah. Interestingly, the acoustic guitar riff, Dominic Miller was just learning the chords, and then yeah, he just came up with the riff. Yeah, and then the producers, Phil Collins and Hugh Padgham, were like, that's what we want. And he was like, hang on, I'm just learning the chords. There's a video by Rick Beato which he does an interview with Dominic Miller. They'll talk about it in much better than I do. So yeah. Next track we have is the CD exclusive track, which is Heat on the Street. Great song, love it, very upbeat, and just an amazing song. I love it. Probably one of my favourite songs on the album, defo. And yeah, All of My Life's a really nice track. I really like that one. You've got Steve Winwood on Hammond organ. You've got a great saxophone solo by Don Myrick at the start, which this will be the last album he would play on before he passed away in 1993. Yeah, which is really sad. And this would pretty much be the last album where Phil Collins had his own backup band. Next few albums he would do most of the stuff on his own. But yeah, to be fair, it's 90s stuff. Yeah, few good songs, but then the rest of it's just a bit it's just a bit meh. But you know, I love 80s Phil Collins. I'd highly recommend all the albums. I still need No Jacket Required, but I've done reviews of Hello Must Be Going in Face Value, which you can check them out. And yeah, now I'm doing an album review of this fantastic album. Next track we have is a short 1.5 minute instrumental, Saturday Night and Sunday Morning, which is a nice little breakaway into the last two songs on the album. Next track we have is Father to Son, which is another beautiful song, just great, and yeah, just really nice song. And then the closing track is Find a Way to My Heart, which is a perfect way to close the album. Some heavy guitar playing, but it's quite a chilled song. And yeah, chill but upbeat. Yeah, just a great track listing. This album came out in 1989, so fair enough. 8 years after Face Value came out, we've got the disc here, which is really nice, quite pretty. Got a nice reflection to it as well. Here's the CD booklet, like the track listing. And it keeps reminding us what the track listing is. I'm like, I know what it is by now. We've got some of the personnel. This album was recorded digitally, except for the bass and the drums. Got David Crosby on this album, Eric Clapton, which he played on If Leaving Me Is Easy, which was a track of Face Value, but you can barely hear his guitar playing because of how shallow and quiet the song is. But then on Wish It Would Rain Now, you can definitely tell that's him. And you've got Steve Winwood as well on All of My Life. And then you've got Stephen Bishop, which he's sung backing vocals on This Must Be Love from, I think he's sung on Do You Remember? Many Thanks. Got some nice behind the scenes photos. Very cool. Phoenix horns, Phil Collins on the trumpet, like the personnel. Yeah, Pino Palladino played on a couple of tracks. Do You Remember and Wish It Would Rain Now? You have some fantastic songs on here, trust me. Got Phil Collins on keyboards, drums, vocals and percussion. I think that's just the way it is. I think there's bagpipes in the song, I'm not sure. There is a drum machine in the song as well, but it's not credited on here. There's no mention of a drum machine. Got Leland Scott in the Slappy Collins box. I don't know what that is, but yeah. And then you've got Daryl Sturmer and Hugh Padgham's in there as well. Don't know what that picture is. Probably scrap songs or something. I'm not sure. More lyrics. I love CD booklets. They're so cool. And then you've got Lily Collins, who was born just before this album came out, and yeah, it's nice. Very cute. I think, yeah, she's an actress. Interestingly enough, she's married to the son of Malcolm McDowell, which, yeah, very strange relation there. Phil Collins, one of the most popular drummers, singers, and actors as well. And, yeah, he's an occasional actor, but he's more into, well, people are more familiar with his drumming and singing, of course, so yeah. And then you've got, like, his daughter who's married to the son of Alex from Clockwork Orange, which, yeah, very interesting. So yeah, this has been my review of Phil Collins' album, But Seriously. Fantastic album, love it. Yeah, it's got quite a few ballads, but yeah, they're not all the same. They're quite different. They come in different shapes and sizes, so you got to respect that. And yeah, unfortunately, Phil Collins' career wouldn't be as good as it was then, but still, you've got to admit, like, most of the songs of this album are like fantastic, such as Hanging Long Enough, That's Just the Way It Is, Do You Remember? Pretty much all of them, to be fair. And yeah, just a great album. You got Another Day in Paradise, which was a big hit for him, and you got Something Happened on the Way to Heaven, Wish It Would Rain Down, which are like some of his other greatest hits too. And you got underrated songs such as Heat on the Street and All of My Life. So yeah, thank you for watching. Thanks once again, everyone, and I shall see you next time. Take it easy and peace in a bit.